sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. I'm on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to watch a live broadcast, it's damn easy. You just go to shrmedia.com. And if you don't want to go there for whatever strange reason, you can also watch the show by going to YouTube or Facebook and search for SHR Media. While you're there, don't forget to hit the subscribe button or the like button. I gotta change something. I'm trying new headsets and they are not working. I mean, they're working, but I am nowhere near used to them, so I no. We'll go back to good old trusty headset. This. Oh, that sounds much better, except for I can't find. Alright, come on. There you go. Nope. I think I got it there. I think. Maybe not. I can play with it as the show goes on. They're nice for the iPod, just it's not sounding right here. Trying to figure out how to add. I think I can. This has nothing to do with the show. I'm trying to set up a little bit of music in the background of my headset, and trying to figure out how to upload. I always forget how to do this. Organize. Oh boy, I can never remember how to. It's already updating. I had a bunch of songs of all the stuff that I have. All my stuff is on a portable 500 gig drive. And for some reason in Windows Media, it was coming up double. And I could not understand it. I've got this here, so let me do this. Should be playing something. There we go. And I don't think you guys can hear any of this. Good. So I don't get dinged on, Oh, man, I hope that doesn't happen. I gotta check something. I gotta check the streams to see if it's picking up, the sounds. Yeah, that would be really bad. YouTube would have a conniption thing. And yes, it does. Oh, man. I was hoping to have a little music in the background. Well, there goes a good idea. There goes a good idea. I wanted a little bit of music in the background going. Oh, that sucks. Well, other than that, it's Friday. How's everybody doing? I also got an announcement. We're going to get back on track. I'm going to find it real quick. We have a new show that's going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, after my show at 11 p.m. And it's going to be Dan Butcher I made an announcement, and I'm going to read you the announcement as soon as it loads up. Come on. You can do it. Yay. I just got to find it. Showing pictures. There's video streams on HP Pundit Facebook, and it's number one, some of the flooding that's going on with these snowstorms. Showing football players running through the blizzard-like conditions, and it's kind of funny watching it. But, like they say, there's no snow days when it comes to football. All right, where the hell does this announcement go? See, I hate how this shit is not in timeline. I don't think it's in numeric or chronological anymore. Come on. Because now I'm not going to be able to find his announcement. Anyways, his new show will be premiering, I think it's this Sunday at 11 p.m. right here on SHR Media. And we'll see how that goes. Well, I mean, I know it's going to go great. I mean, it's Dan the Man Butcher. Maybe look one other place. Let's look. Wrong button. All right, here it is. The contracts have been signed, and Dan Butcher is returning to late night radio. SHR Late Night with Dan Butcher will air Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on SHR Media and High Plains Talk Radio. The show will bring you news and commentary with a dose of conservatism, common sense. Dan will also have great interviews with a wide variety of interesting guests. Make sure to listen beginning this coming Sunday night. So tune in. Dan the Man, yeah, he has that name for a reason. So, that's the big announcement I had to make right there. Sunday night. Oh, ouch, 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 ouch. Why did that happen? Oh. Aches. Hopefully no more loud. Freaking sounds popping out of nowhere. It's going to be one of those days. I just tell you right now. It's going to be one of those days. Just one of those days. Yeah, I had to shut the music off, unfortunately. It's copyright material. I'm not allowed to do that. And it's... Because if it's going through Facebook, it's going through YouTube, and YouTube will ding my whole video and blank it out. And it's no fun at all when that happens. I want to welcome Willie Lawson. He's commentary on Facebook. Welcome. Oh, how come it doesn't show comments there? That's on my page. Dang it, I keep hitting the wrong button tonight. Oh. How are you doing tonight? Because I'm doing pretty good, except for these little issues here and there, which is what you have when you're trying to do your own show. All right, let's get on with it. Democrat senator throws cold water on impeachment talk. Senator Chris Van Hollen, something like that, the campaign chief for the Senate Democrats, says progressive candidates should mute calls for President Trump impeachment, and instead focus on winning contest in November with kitchen table issues. During an interview with the Hill's Power Politics podcast, Van Hollen said Democrat candidates should focus on jobs, wages, and health care ahead of next fall's midterms. I think the focus needs to be on the election in 2018, Van Hollen said. I think that what we need to do is put our energy toward drawing clear distinctions on these issues. And that is exactly one of the... I don't want to see him win, but that's what I have said multiple times, that they had to get back to the issues. They got to stop this stop Trump bullshit. Not going to work. It just makes Trump stronger when they do that. It solidifies his base more. You know, it's giving Republicans free sound bites for election time. And I've said it plenty of times. You could sit there and just go, hey, you need to reelect me as a Republican. I'm backing Trump. If not, if we get Democrats in there, they will impeach Trump. Look at our economy. Look at our businesses coming back. You have Apple bringing in $2 billion, $200 billion now because of Trump. Look at the job. Look at the tax cuts. But if you don't vote for myself as a Republican, the Democrats will impeach him. Boom. You just fired up the Republican base right there. You just fired up Trump's base to go out there and make sure that he does not get impeached. Because Democrats, don't kid yourself, they will impeach Trump whether there's a basis for the impeachment or not. We've seen them come up with a bunch of bullshit and just basically lies to start investigations. Because that's what they're doing. They're laying down, and I don't want to say evidence because there's no evidence, but they're laying a path. So if they get control of the House and Senate, everything's in order, and they could just file for impeachment. Yeah, I was going to get to that later, Willie. Willie Larson put the black unemployment down to 6.8%. Lowest it's been. Actually, I think it's longer than 20 years. I read one article. It said, I think, 1970. But it's still at the lowest level. Why? Because Trump's bringing back in jobs. And my wife turned around when I said it. She's like, oh, what are they, part-time burger flipping? Because that's what she's used to with what happened in the Obama administration. Yes, he brought jobs in, but they were minimum wage jobs. That's why they had to push for an increase. No, these aren't minimum wage jobs. These aren't burger flipping. These are manufacturing, just a shitload of different jobs. And there are a lot of these new companies, or not a lot of the new, a lot of these companies are now saying, because they got the extra money, they're upping their own minimum wage starting wage. They're upping it without the government interference, which means people are going to be getting more money. When people have more money, I mean, well, with Bill Clinton, he technically was impeached, but the Senate did not find him on any of the charges, so he was not removed. I think he was. They found him guilty on like one charge, but didn't recommend removal. Donella Sides-Wilver, I think, made the comment that precedent has already been set for impeachment. He can stay in office, just ask Bill Clinton. Listen, the Democrats are going to do anything, and they've said it. They said it, well, about a year ago. They want to impeach Trump. Then they will start to impeach Pence. And who does it go to next? Speaker of the House. I believe it's Speaker of the House, which would be a Democrat. They know right now they can't win elections with what's going on. They're not running on anything. They're still right now, 2018. Holy shit, that's the first time I've said 2018. Damn. 2018, they're still fighting the election of November 2016. And their base sees it. Their base knows it. Because their base is leaving them, then they're being left with some radicals. I guess that would be the best term. This fringe group They may be speaking the loudest right now, and that's what the Democrats listen to. They don't listen to what the majority wants. They listen to whoever's the loudest. And that's actually today's society. We listen to whoever's the loudest, not what everybody wants. They're listening to whoever's the loudest. And that small, fringe, progressive, lunatic group. So they're listening to them. So they think, oh, let's go after Trump. That's what they're saying. Let's go after Trump. And you have a base that's been there for decades going, I can't be a part of this. They're not about helping the people out. They're not about the middle class. And they even know it. They tried that new motto, the Papa John ripoff motto, better jobs, better wages, Papa John's. Well, it didn't work. Because that's all it is a logo. Because everybody went, oh, you're about better wages, better jobs? Where was that for 8 years? When you guys sat on your ass and did nothing under Obama. Well, he destroyed our manufacture. With everything so bad underneath Obama, what did Obama come out and say? This is the new normal of modern day. Get used to it. And that's what the Democrats say. Hey, it's modern day. This is the way it's going to be. You better get used to it. No. Come on, you name headset. I remember that. I've asked them, okay, if you're for better jobs and better wages, and I mean better wages without mandating companies raise their wages, because that's not going to help. That's going to cause more problem because some of these companies can't afford to raise the minimum wage. The only thing you're going to do is knock mom and pop and small town America off the map. So if they were for all this stuff, where were they? How you doing, Lisa? Glad you're here. So it's nice to see our economy going in the right direction. Our economy is going up. Jobs are opening. For December, they had predicted 190,000 jobs. The new numbers are out, and it's 250,000 jobs. That's a lot. So, Chris, as I started out talking about this impeachment, Senator Chris Van Hollen, he is not the only one that's out there saying, yeah, shut your mouth, guys. You have Schumer, Pelosi, and a lot of your top Democrats are telling them to shut up because they know the damage it can cause. They know it. So out there beating the bushes, screaming impeachment, it's only helping the the Republicans even more. And they haven't shot themselves in the foot that bad that it's going to screw the elections. They got the tax reform through, which was a big thing. They got it through in enough time that it's going to make a difference in people's pockets over the years. I know it's going to affect California, New York, New Jersey, states like that. But that is because you're living in a high tax state. That's, and it's not everybody, but, and I lived in one of those states. I lived in New Jersey, and people didn't vote in fiscally responsible politicians. And maybe now they're going to have to look at, these politicians are going to need to take a look at, hey, we're going to have to watch what we spend. Because I know a couple of them are like, oh, we'll just tax the people more. And I heard that one in one of the states, and I about laughed. All right, it's about that time for a commercial. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Planet Radio, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Good evening. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is featured on the SHR Media Network every Tuesday and Thursday night for 2 hours at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific. Whilst manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ continues to radically change the world of leftists, one diaper at a time. Stop balancing your checkbooks. Stop cleaning your fish tanks. The Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is your magnet for truth, justice, obesity, a darkened studio, and late-night freedom. No United States of America freedoms were abridged in the making of this ad.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians, a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless, hope to the hopeless, clues to the clueless. Sackheads Sean, Sackheads Clint, and Sackheads BZ. The Sackheads Radio Show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern on shrmedia.com. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and the High Plains Pundit Network. The best in late-night conservative talk, the Sackheads Radio Show, only on the SHR Media Network.
Some of the best cable is going to be... What are you talking about? The last one. Yeah, I'm a freaking artist. I can't just come up with this shit off the top of my head. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Good point. Exactly right.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
When dirty politicians, shadow governments, and deceptive Islam blind the world with fake stream media smoke, their only fear is one man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me through shrmedia.com, highplainstalkradio.com, and the Western Free Radio Network at Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes for a different perspective weekly on the Unpleasant Blind Guy. And catch me on Jeff Mitchell's EDL Radio on blogtalkradio.com. There's
no surrender ever,
because truth is not always pleasant.
This is Sam on SHR Media. You can listen to my new show starting on Tuesdays in January. Get my perspective on national politics, a conservative's perspective on California politics, the latest in the war on terror, all of that and a lot more here on Tuesdays at SHR Media. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Sam_SHR Media.
Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hey, this is Sackhead Clint, and I'm with Sackhead Sean, Sackhead BZ. No communists allowed on the SHR Media Network. Damn straight, mister.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense here on the SHR Media Network. Hey, Sean, you ever see a one-eared elephant?
No.
Check this out.
Oh, that's so tiny.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. I know I gave everybody heads up on Dan's show. We also have another great show, and it's going to be on Tuesday nights. And I'm not sure which time frame. It's Sam. She's out of California. I don't know a lot about it. But we're adding shows, like I've said. They're coming in by the handful at a time. And when I get more information, I will drop that. But don't forget that Dan will be doing his show. Dan the Man Butcher will be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 11 o'clock. Is it? I think it's a 2-hour show. I'm not sure. Damn. Brain fart all of a sudden. Now, I'm trying to think about 5 different things at the same time, and, well, blondness, it happens. Hey, Mark Peliquin, glad you could join. All right, and what we're going to get to now, try to get back on track, try to get my brain going again. 2 hours on the weekend. Thank you, Dan. Sorry about that. I gave the full thing earlier once I got on air, and it kind of just brain fart. The UN, Trump is starting to do, and he's keeping his promises that he's said during the campaign. And one of the things he talked about is giving money to these countries that hate America. Well, the Trump administration is freezing $125 million in funding to the United Nations agency charged with assisting Palestine refugees amid frustrations over the lack of progress on a peace deal between the Palestinians and Israel. Axios reported Friday that the Trump administration did not transfer the funding to the UN Relief and Works Agency on January 1st as planned, and was conducting a broader review of the U.S. assistance to the Palestine Authority. You know that just pissed off a few hundred dozen groups? State Department officials did not confirm to the Hill whether the U.S. had frozen the funds, but said that the administration was continued to work on a peace plan in the region. About damn time that we used our money to try to, well, pressure some of these countries into submission. I mean, that's not the best way to put it, but Palestine has been trying to start a war. Hamas and all them have been trying to start a war with Israel. We're finally actually standing up and helping Israel. Why should we? I know it's a quote-unquote refugee, but everybody knows that money gets diverted and put to other places. Look at Haiti. Haiti's still a disaster zone, and how many billions of dollars did we ship to Haiti? How about Puerto Rico? How many billions have we sent over? And it's still hardly anything's been done. And it's not the administration. It's when that money shipped over, these countries divert the money, especially Hades. That money didn't go to the people. It went straight in the pockets of the politicians there. Now, I'm not going to make that accusations about Puerto Rico because I don't know specifically. But when we start sending these monies to Palestine, to Pakistan, and all these other friggin' Middle East countries, do you think that money's actually getting to the people? Do you think those supplies are actually getting to the people? No, the big-time politicians are blocking it and making money off of them. So it's about time that we stopped funding these terrorist organizations. Yes, I'm referring to Palestine as a terrorist organization. North Korea. How long did we, every time North Korea spouted up, or Iran spouted up before the sanctions were lifted, every time they spouted up and threw a temper tantrum, just shove money at them to quiet them? And I sat here and I was watching, just paying attention. And I was like, I'd see North Korea throw their little temper tantrum. They'd get a couple billions of dollars. Well, then you would have Iran over there going, I'm not getting any attention. I want some money. So they would go off and throw their little temper tantrum. And that's how the United States did it. Well, we now have a dictator that is trying to push it because he thinks if he gets loud enough, we're just going to throw money. And how do you think that poor-ass country of North Korea was able to build ICBM missiles, a nuclear program, and a biological program? Yeah, they got some help from other countries, but how many billions of dollars did we shove into their country? Didn't go to the people. It went into building missiles to be pointed at us, South Korea, Japan, and a whole list of other countries that we are friends with. Same with Iran. We kept giving money and money and money to quiet them down. And that's done nothing good to help us, has it? So maybe if we start holding off this money, you know, the country, you want to burn our flag? You want to protest against America? You want to spit on our flag? You want to scream death to America? That's fine. That's fine. Go ahead. But we don't have to finance you to do it. And we finally got a president that has the balls to say no more. No more. And listen, I'm not a Bush hater. I like Bush. I voted for Bush. Sounds sexual. You say it like that. He didn't have the balls. He also was dealing with some other stuff. But he ended up paying off North Korea too. You know, this president has, the best way I could put it, taken the leash off our military. From talks that I've had, the rules of engagement haven't changed. Back in the favor of the U.S. instead of Obama's. Obama's basically, you're getting shot at. You had to call in, get permission, to shoot. That's how then our guys are getting their ass kicked. Now, we're able to fight the war. We've taken it to ISIS. We've shrunk their ability to do a lot of damage. They're still out there. There's still some widespread sympathizers. It doesn't help when we have countries like Canada who sit there and welcome back anybody that they know was a terrorist, that was part of ISIS. They're welcoming them back with open arms, saying, we're not going to charge you with nothing. Come on back. You're okay. What a way to let in terrorists. You know these people are going to go fight against your country, and you go and you welcome them back. That's smart. But then again, this is also a prime minister that went to a private island. I forget which head of the ISIS owns the island and was invited by him. That's the leader I want. It's going to go party with the enemy. And Mark, I think what she meant is the precedents under Bill Clinton, the way his impeachment was followed and done. That's it. Not everybody understands the full, exactly why Clinton was impeached. It wasn't so much that he had an affair, but the lying that he did about the affair is what got him impeached. So it's I don't know. Democrat Party. I've said it before. I don't want to see an all-conservative government. Too much of anything is a bad thing. And if Dan is still there, I'm pretty sure he might yell at me about that. But it's too much of anything. And then you will have where they'll get a little too cocky, a little too power hungry. I do like the yin and yang type thing. But right now, we need to straighten out some stuff. So, yes, we do need a majority in the House and the Senate of conservative checks and balances, exactly. All right. But right now, I think we need to straighten a few things out. We got to get our country back on track. I mean, we're turning in the right direction. We just got to get the momentum to keep going right now. But we do need that checks and balance. You know, we need the yin and yang type thing going. It just right now, the Democrats have their head in the wrong place. Their leadership, well, they're leaderless. Basically, nobody knows who's really... I mean, they have some people that have the title of leadership, but they're not leading. They're just flailing their arms wildly, hoping that they're going to hit Trump hard enough. Yeah. Oh, man. It's beautiful that we finally started... I started clapping, literally clapping, when I heard that President Trump said that anybody that voted against us on the Jerusalem move, and I mean by moving our embassy to Jerusalem, we were going to take note of it. And, you know, money would be stopped. And I'm glad. I'm finally glad. We pay a majority of these goddamn bills in these agencies, UN, friggin' NATO, and then they want to sit there and spit on us. You know? Yeah, Mark, it kind of goes with that old adage, they're stirring the shit soup, and the last one there gets to lick the spoon. And the meaning of that is, it's the people that stir the shit always run before the shit hits the fan. And, well, if you're the last one there, you're the one that's going to be in trouble. You're going to get the shit end of the stick. A lot of old expressions I'm remembering as I get older that my parents used when I was younger. God, I'm turning into my parents. Oh. It's... Another thing I found out today, with all the cold weather we got going on down here, ants are coming in. I know we get ants during rainy, when it's raining real hard. They'll come in for dry. But I mean, it's... Last time I checked, it was... I think 47. I know some people be like, oh, that's warm. I'm in Tampa, Florida. We don't have weather like this. Or we're not supposed to. Let's see. Weather.com. 41 degrees out. 41. The other morning, it was 27 degrees when me and my wife got up. Of course, I just got up to switch off the couch into the bedroom, so... yeah. Inside joke in my head, sorry. Listen, it's that time. We'll be right back after these brief messages. You're listening to Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Good evening. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is featured on the SHR Media Network every Tuesday and Thursday night for 2 hours at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific. Whilst manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ continues to radically change the world of leftists, one diaper at a time. Stop balancing your checkbooks. Stop cleaning your fish tanks. The bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is your magnet for truth, justice, obesity, a darkened studio, and late-night freedom. No United States of America freedoms were abridged in the making of this ad.
human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians, a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless, hope to the hopeless, clues to the clueless. Sackheads Sean, Sackheads Clint, and Sackheads BZ. The Sackheads Radio Show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern on shrmedia.com. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and the High Plains Pundit Network. The best in late-night conservative talk. The Sackheads Radio Show, only on the SHR Media Network.
Some of the best cable is going to be... What are you talking about? The last one.
Yeah, I'm a freaking artist. I can't just come up with this shit off the top of my head. Are you freaking kidding me right now?
Good point. Exactly right.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
When dirty politicians, shadow governments, and deceptive Islam blind the world with fake stream media smoke, their only fear is one man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me through shrmedia.com, highplainstalkradio.com, and the Western Free Radio Network at Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes for a different perspective weekly on the Unpleasant Blind Guy. And catch me on Jeff Mitchell's EDL Radio on blogtalkradio.com. There's
no surrender ever.
Because truth is not always pleasant.
This is Sam on SHR Media. You can listen to my new show starting on Tuesdays in January. Get my perspective on national politics, a conservative's perspective on California politics, the latest in the war on terror, all of that and a lot more here on Tuesdays at SHR Media. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Sam_SHR Media.
Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hey, this is Sackhead Clint, and I'm with Sackhead Sean, Sackhead BZ. No communists allowed on the SHR Media Network.
Damn straight, mister.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense here on the SHR Media Network. Hey, Sean, you ever see a one-eared elephant?
No.
Check this out.
Oh, that's so tiny.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. Hey, Melanie. Oh, boy. It's going to be one of those nights, isn't it? Total brain fart again. Holy shit. The Jersey Takeovers here. We expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to watch a broadcast, just go to SHR Media. Don't forget, if you want to support the show, if you want to watch the show anywhere else, just go to Facebook or YouTube. Search for SHR Media. Holy shit, am I tongue-tied all of a sudden? Why? Why? So, CNN tries and failed to get Trump kicked off of Twitter. Another swing and a miss for the good old CNN. Brian Stetler asked Twitter on Tuesday whether President Donald Trump's tweet threatening North Korea with his much bigger and more powerful nuclear button violated the social media network's term of service. Now, here's the thing, guys. It seems CNN, they have no sense of humor. Because I understand his response back, because, you know, you got little Kim Jong-un, round, roly-poly little fucker. Oh, I got a red button right on my desk. I got a nuclear button right on my desk. So Trump's just like, yeah, mine's bigger and more powerful. I found it funny as hell. Of course, CNN, oh, that's a death threat. So, calling on Trump's tweet evidence of madness, the host of Reliable Sources clearly hoped not only to obtain an answer to a question, but to see Trump suspended or removed from Twitter. Oh, man. And here's Trump's North Korea leader, Kim Jong-un, just stated that the nuclear button is on his desk at all times. Will someone from his depleted and food-starved regime please inform him that I, too, have a nuclear button, but it is much bigger and more powerful one than his, and my button works. Wow. Ooh. So, Stedler and other Trump haters cited Twitter's rule against violent threats. You may not make specific threats of violence or wish for the serious physical harm, death, or disease of any individual or group of people. Now, here's the thing. Where did he say he was going to use it? He just said he has one, and it's bigger, and it works. Had nothing to do with, I'm going to use it on you. They jumped to that conclusion. But anyway, they were disappointed when Twitter said Trump's tweet was too vague, a threat to qualify for punishment. Although nuclear war qualifies as the most extreme violence on the planet, Twitter was quick to respond. We hold all accounts to the same rules and consider a number of factors when assessing whether tweets violate our rules. But Twitter then acknowledged that a carved-out existing regarding government and the military issues, and that the site would also consider the newsworthiness of any public statement. Listen, they want, especially CNN, wants him off Twitter. The only way he gets his message out there is through Twitter. The only way he gets the truth out anymore is through Twitter. So CNN, MSNBC, all these little anti-Trump, but I'm going to be nice, well, they need to get him off of Twitter so that they can push their false message. But even Twitter, as much as they back the liberals, they had to back away from this one. And it's not clear what Twitter rule would prevent a head of a state from tweeting that he intends to defend his country against an external threat. North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un said on New Year's Day that the nuclear button is always on the desk of my office and said his missiles could hit any target in the United States. That's what also really pisses me off. These fucking liberals are siding again with our enemy. They side with the domestic terror group Antifa. They've been soft on ISIS. They've been soft on almost all terrorist groups. And they're soft on North Korea and Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un has been running his mouth. But guess what? Trump's not taking it. So immediately they, oh my God, fuck off. I get tired of it. We have a president that's not backing down, has a set of brass balls, stands up and defends our country. Money doesn't buy everything, assholes. Now, economic consideration may have also been at stake in Twitter's decision. President Trump's tweeting is estimated to have added $3.5 billion to the value of Twitter. President Trump, with basically just under 46 million followers, has the 20th largest number of Twitter followers. He also tweets a huge 36,698 times since joining the social media platform in 2009. Trump's provocative style also makes him the world's most tweeted leader. Wall Street analyst James told Fortune in August there is no better free advertising in the world than the President of the United States. He estimates that Trump's use pumps up Twitter's stock market value by about $3.5 billion to up to $17.8 billion. And this is actually a company that is in trouble. And if Trump went off it, if Trump was kicked off, I think you would see a lot of your conservatives get tired of it. They're there. The conservatives are tired of the silencing of conservative voice. And if they silence Trump, I think you're going to see a mass exodus. And that would devalue Twitter hugely. Huge. Now, the Twitter, they can't afford to lose Trump. The site claims to have 330 million registered users, but has only added a lackluster 25 million users in the last 2 years. According to Statista, Twitter's daily user numbers are even worse, at only 125 million, 30% less than Snapchat. The highly influential ARS technical website put Twitter on its death watch list last year and renewed the ranking this year. They compare Facebook, which reports $27 billion in revenue and $10 billion in profit, to Twitter, which at best brings in a tenth of that revenue and loses hundreds of millions of dollars every year. According to Geopolitical Futures, GPF, North Korea is a case study in how a geographical weak country can turn weakness into strength. Bellicose threats and strange diplomatic overtures as an effort to build distrust between the United States and South Korea. Since South Korea fears being a nuclear battleground, GPF sees China as potential the biggest winner and Japan as the biggest loser if North Korea can humiliate America and its allies in Asia. But you know what? We have news coming out today that Kim Jong-un contacted South Korea and wants to resume talks all of a sudden. Out of nowhere, they want to resume talks. I wonder why. I bet you there's some pressure coming from China for them to knock their shit off. China's in trouble. I mean, it's not like they're going to get invaded. They're in trouble for illegally transferring oil, fuel oil, to North Korea. They got caught. And they're going to get in trouble within the UN a little bit. So I bet you China's telling them to back off because they want to help North Korea. And they know if a war breaks out, all these people, there's going to be huge refugees coming out of North Korea and going straight to China and Russia. They don't want that. Not an easy, not easy game, this is. But if anyone's going to win it, it's going to be Trump. The man's smart, and he has the set of balls to step up and put North Korea down. Oh. All right, we're going on to another article, which I'm going to cover after the break. But I had said the black unemployment rate dropped to the lowest level since 1972. I said the 1970. 2 years off. Oh boy, I need a production assistant. I really do. I don't see Twitter suspending Trump anytime soon. I also love how these idiots, they see Trump make that comment and they think he's making a threat. You know, that's how weak these people are. They're scared of their own shadow. They're scared of their own shadow. It's amazing. All right, I'm going to play you a Money Talk Minute from Melanie, and then we're going to hit the break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Welcome to this week's Money Talk with Melanie with your business diva, Melanie Collette. This week we talk 3 first steps to start the new year off right. Step 1, start tracking your net worth. Your net worth is the difference between your assets and debt. Paying attention to your net worth lets you know whether you should be cutting back or if you can splurge. Step 2, create a financial calendar. Set appointment reminders for things like remembering to pay your quarterly taxes or periodically pulling a credit report. Finally, step 3, check your interest rates. Checking your interest rates is a great way to determine things like which debts you should pay off first or where you should open a savings account. And that's all for this week's Money Talk Minute with your business diva, Melanie Collette. Please remember to listen to Money Talk with Melanie Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Central, or 2 p.m. Pacific Time on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Talk Radio.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Good evening. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is featured on the SHR Media Network every Tuesday and Thursday night for 2 hours at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific. Whilst manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ continues to radically change the world of leftists, one diaper at a time. Stop balancing your checkbooks. Stop cleaning your fish tanks. The bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is your magnet for truth, justice, obesity, a darkened studio, and late-night freedom. No United States of America freedoms were abridged in the making of this ad.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians, a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless, hope to the hopeless, clues to the clueless. Sackheads Sean, Sackheads Clint, and Sackheads BZ. The Sackheads Radio Show, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern on shrmedia.com. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and the High Plains Pundit Network. The best in late-night conservative talk. The Sackheads Radio Show, only on the SHR Media Network.
Some of the best able is going to be like what are you talking about? The last
Yeah, I'm a freaking artist. I can't just come up with this shit off the top of my head. Are you freaking kidding me right now?
Good point. Exactly right.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
When dirty politicians, shadow governments, and deceptive Islam blind the world with fake stream media smoke, their only fear is one man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me through shrmedia.com, highplainstalkradio.com, and the Western Free Radio Network at Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes for a different perspective weekly on the Unpleasant Blind Guy. And catch me on Jeff Mitchell's EDL Radio on blogtalkradio.com. There's
no surrender, ever.
Because truth is not always pleasant.
This is Sam on SHR Media. You can listen to my new show starting on Tuesdays in January. Get my perspective on national politics, a conservative's perspective on California politics, the latest in the war on terror, all of that and a lot more here on Tuesdays at SHR Media. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Sam_SHR Media.
Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hey, this is Sackhead Clint, and I'm with Sackhead Sean, Sackhead BZ. No communists allowed on the SHR Media Network.
Damn straight, mister.
Conservative media done right.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense here on the SHR Media Network. Hey, Sean, you ever see a one-eared elephant?
No.
Check this out.
Oh, that's so tiny.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. Why is my phone vibrating and beeping and buzzing? And I have no idea. Why? Tell me why. As I said, we're going to talk about the black unemployment dropped to 6.8% in December of 2017, a rate not seen since the 1970s, according to a Friday statistic from the Department of Labor. 6.8% unemployment rate for black or African American has not been seen since 1972, when the Bureau of Labor Statistics first began tracking their unemployment rate in the United States. That should tell you something right there. The economy is moving, and it's moving in the correct direction. It's not just willy-nilly all over the place. It's heading in the right direction. The Bureau has tracked the unemployment rate for black Americans at age 16 or older for the past 45 years, and the rate has never fallen below 7% during that time period. Now that's pretty sad right there within itself. It's never fallen below 7%. The black unemployment rate was still significantly higher than other racial groups in December. White groups had a 3.7% unemployment rate, Asian Americans were at a 2.5%, and Hispanics were at a 4.9% unemployment rate. Black Americans seem to be doing better job-wise under the current administration. During the Great Recession in the Obama administration, Black America suffered from a 13.7%. 13.7% unemployment rate. When former President Barack Obama came into office and reached up to 16.8% about 2 years into his first term, about 2 years into his term. At that 13.7, we're now at 6.8. You know what that tells me? Trump is doing his job. Trump is turning this economy around and doing it better than Obama ever dreamed about. Overall, about 480 Black Americans got new jobs in 2017 compared to the 1.2 million of white America who received new employment last year. I should have not trying to drink and talk at the same time. It doesn't work that good. Had some some trumpets, some band music, something to announce. Two top Republicans on the Senate Judiciary Committee are asking the Justice Department and FBI to open a criminal investigation into the dossier author Chris Stevens. Or excuse me, Christopher Steele. Chris Stevens. Why the hell? Christopher Steele. Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley and South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham alleged in a letter to FBI Director Christopher Wray and Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein that Steele may have made false statements to the FBI about his communication with U.S. news outlet regarding the dossier. Citing information contained in a classified memo, Grassley and Graham said that they were respectfully referring Mr. Steele to you for investigation of potential violation of 18 U.S. Code 1001 for statements the committee has reason to believe Mr. Steele made regarding his distribution of information contained in the dossier. Steele, a former MI6 agent, compiled the dossier during the presidential campaign while working for Fusion GPS, an opposition research firm that was on the payroll of the Clinton campaign and DNC. As part of that project, Fusion instructed Steele to brief reporters from numerous news outlets, including New York Times, Washington Post, CNN, Mother Jones, Yahoo News. Steele also met with FBI agents beginning in July 2016 to share rumors that he had picked up while investigating Donald Trump's alleged ties to Russia. Share rumors. Key word right there is rumors. Steele has also reportedly met with investigators working for special counsel Robert Mueller as part of the investigation into possible collusion between the Trump campaign and Russian government. Grassley and Graham did not specify what information they had about Steele that they say warrants a criminal investigation, and the Senate Judiciary Committee did not immediately respond to a request for additional information. But Grassley's issued a statement saying that he did not take lightly making a criminal referral for investigation. But as I would with any credible evidence of a crime on Earth in the course of our investigation, I feel obligated to pass the information along to the Justice Department for appropriate review. Everyone needs to follow the law and be truthful in their interaction with the FBI. If the same actions have different outcomes, and those differences seem to correspond to partisan political interests, then the public will naturally suspect that law enforcement decisions are not on the up and up. Well, I hate to tell you, we already feel that way. Michael Flynn pled guilty to lying to FBI. Hillary Clinton lied. Her associates lied multiple times. So, and I don't see her having to go to court. So there is a different when it comes to partisan politic interests. He went on to say, maybe there is some innocent explanation for the inconsistency we have seen, but it seems unlikely. In any event, it is up to the Justice Department to figure that out. Grassley and Graham have also questioned how the Justice Department and FBI used the dossier as part of the Russian investigation. They and other congressional Republicans have pressed the agencies for documents related to the dossier. Graham made cryptic remarks last week about the salacious and unverified document which was published nearly a year ago by BuzzFeed News. After having looked at the history of the dossier and how it was used by the Department of Justice, I am very concerned, and this cannot be the new normal, Graham said in an interview with Fox News last week. Graham went on to suggest that the Justice Department misrepresented the dossier during court proceedings. Anytime a document is used to go to court for legal reasons, I think the Department of Justice owes it to the court to be up and up about exactly what this document is about, who paid for it, who's involved, what their motives might be, he said. And what he's talking about is the FISA court. This tabloid piece of trash dossier was used as evidence to go to FISA court and get a wiretap order against then candidate Trump. It's, I don't know, it's scary. Democrats were using Department of Justice as a weapon. I don't know. Now, what also came out is the Justice Department has launched another investigation to allegations the Clinton Foundation used pay-to-play politics while Hillary Clinton was U.S. Secretary of State, Fox News has confirmed. Sources close to investigation told Fox News the probe, led by U.S. Attorney's Office and the FBI in Little Rock, Arkansas, has been ongoing for months. Fox News has learned that investigators have already conducted multiple interviews associated with the probe. Fox News also learned investigators are looking into whether the Clinton Foundation violated tax laws. Accusers of pay-to-play have claimed the foundation promised favors in exchange for donations or pledges of cash or gifts. The Hill, which broke the story Thursday evening, added that FBI agents have taken the lead in the investigation and have interviewed at least one witness in the last month. The witness said that agents inquired specifically about donations to Clinton entities and official government actions from Clinton's leadership of the State Department under Barack Hussein Obama, according to The Hill. The Hill reported that law enforcement officials said there will be additional activities relating to the investigation in the coming weeks. Now, we have a confirmed, the news has confirmed at least one investigation into Hillary. With her pay-to-play while she was Secretary of State. I believe there's another one where they're relooking at her email scandal. If I was Hillary, I'd be shutting my fucking mouth. I would be hiding. I would even possibly think about leaving the goddamn country on vacation. I would have done that when I lost the goddamn election. She was stupid to come out and rail against Trump when she has done all this shit and was covered by the previous administration to come out and attack the current president. Now, I'm not saying it's being done in, to attack her back, but it's not smart when you know you've done this illegal shit. She knows she's done it, and she's going to sit there and spout her mouth off. One of his campaign promises was to investigate her. He won. He said, you know what? She's been through a lot. I'm going to give her a pass. We're going to leave it alone. And she sat there. She went and looked and saw kindness as a weakness. Well, she shot her mouth off, and it pushed a lot of people to then really rail against Trump, against one of his campaign promises. And now you're starting to see investigations launch. And I'm not talking about Senate. I'm talking about FBI investigations. True investigations. I like that they're investigating stuff. But watching the Benghazi hearings, it showed me that the congressional investigations are a joke. They're a waste of money. It's basically allows politicians to go out there and bang on their chest. That's what it taught me. It just... Now, in a statement to Fox News, Clinton Foundation spokesman suggested that the organization had done nothing improper. What do you expect to say? Oh, yeah, we were friggin' doing pay-to-play, and what are you going to do about it? Of course, we didn't do nothing. Time after time, the Clinton Foundation has been subjected to political motivated allegation, and time after time, these allegations have been proven false. None of this has made us waver in our mission to help people. Yeah, but there's a difference here, Craig. The other accusations were made when Democrats had control of the presidency. She was being protected. Those protections are falling to the side. We didn't know about FBI agents like Stroke or I can't think of the others that were involved in helping cover up, helping Clinton. We didn't know about them. We do now. We know to pay a little bit more attention, Craig. You can sit there and say it's politically motivated allegations all you want. That is their go-to every time the Clintons get in trouble. When Bill Clinton was being accused of cheating on Hillary Clinton, Hillary went out there and said, this just is another right-wing conspiracy theory. And what happened? Yeah, Bill had to admit about several affairs that he had. It wasn't no right-wing conspiracy. I don't know. But Craig went on. The Clinton spokesman, Nick Morrell, whatever, told Fox News that the investigation is an attempt by the Trump administration to distract the public. Let's call it what it is, a sham. This is a philanthropy. I can never say that fucking word. You know what I'm trying to say. That does life-changing work, which Republicans have tried to ruin or turn into a political football. No, Nick, that's what it was created. It is a political, well, it's not a political football, but it's set up to be used to shuttle money to the Clintons. It wasn't set up because all that money that goes in and out, it's like 1%, 2%, some crazy low number like that actually goes to actual causes. And it continues with Jeff Sessions doing Trump's bidding by heeding his call to meddle with a department that is supposed to function independently. You mean the agency that wiretapped Trump to help Hillary get elected? Nice. Nice. I love how they have to, try to point the other way. And he talks about the goals distract from indictments, guilty pleas, and accusations of treason. Well, I always say, when you hear a Democrat accusing a Republican of something, look behind the curtain, because that's what the Democrats are doing. Exactly what they are doing. And that's what's coming towards the Democrats. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and I will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Good evening. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is featured on the SHR Media Network every Tuesday and Thursday night for 2 hours at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific. Whilst manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ continues to radically change the world of leftists, one diaper at a time. Stop balancing your checkbooks. Stop cleaning your fish tanks. The bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is your magnet for truth, justice, obesity, a darkened studio, and late-night freedom. No United States of America freedoms were abridged in the making of this ad.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians, a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless, hope to the hopeless, clues to the clueless. Sackheads Sean, Sackheads Clint, and Sackheads BZ. The Sackheads Radio Show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern on shrmedia.com. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and the High Plains Pundit Network. The best in late-night conservative talk. The Sackheads Radio Show, only on the SHR Media Network.
Some of the best cable is going to be... What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm a freaking artist. I can't just come up with this shit off the top of my head. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Good point. Exactly right.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
When dirty politicians, shadow governments, and deceptive Islam blind the world with fake stream media smoke, their only fear is one man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me through shrmedia.com, highplainstalkradio.com, and the Western Free Radio Network at Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes for a different perspective weekly on the Unpleasant Blind Guy. And catch me on Jeff Mitchell's EDL Radio on blogtalkradio.com. There's
no surrender ever.
Because truth is not always pleasant.
This is Sam on SHR Media. You can listen to my new show starting on Tuesdays in January. Get my perspective on national politics, a conservative's perspective on California politics, the latest in the war on terror, all of that and a lot more here on Tuesdays at SHR Media. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Sam_SHR Media.
Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hey, this is Sackhead Clint, and I'm with Sackhead Sean, Sackhead BZ. No communists allowed on the SHR Media Network.
Damn straight, mister.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Pay no attention to the muffled screams in the background. You are listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on the SHR Media Network. Back to you, Joe.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. Give me 1 second. Freaking keyboard's not working. Don't you hate when that happens? Damn it. I don't remember the password. I'll deal with this later. Don't you hate when you can't remember a password when you need it? Oh, crap. Alright. Oh boy, it's the weekend coming up. Can't wait. Don't forget, starting next week, we'll have Dan the Man Butcher's new show. It will be on right after me on Fridays and Mondays. Now, the IG report on Clinton email case drops. The document drop could hold New Year's bombshell. Robert Mueller's special counsel probe gets more publicity these days, but another investigation involving the 2016 election is wrapping up soon and could be just as explosive. For the last 12 months, the Inspector General of the Department of Justice has been conducting a review of the FBI and DOJ actions related to the investigation into Clinton's use of a private email server while she was Secretary of State. A final report on the investigation is expected within several months, but in the coming days, the Department of Justice is also expected to provide Congress with many, many more records related to the review, according to the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee. Oh no, my coffee is dead. It was a good soldier. The IG is doing a thorough job that folks across the political spectrum will be interested in. This came from Tom Fitton, the president of Judicial Watch, a conservative watchdog group that is sued for Clinton's emails. The investigation is looking at a variety of allegations, and including whether it was improper for former FBI Director James Comey to make a public announcement about not recommending prosecution over the email arrangement. He also faulted Clinton and her associates for being extremely careless with classified information. Department of Justice Inspector General Michael Horowitz also is reviewing whether FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe should have recused himself from the probe early because his family ties to the Democrat Party. He did not do so until a week before the election. Horowitz told lawmakers during a November congressional hearing that he is aiming to release the report in March-April time period. We're moving along quite expeditiously, Horowitz told the House Oversight Committee. The Inspector General said his team has interviewed dozens of people and had reviewed about 1.2 million records in the course of its investigation, and Congress is gearing up to thumb through them. During a House Judiciary Committee hearing last month, Chairman Bob Goodlate, Republican from Virginia, said the Justice Department has committed to turning over a large number of those records by January 15th. Can you imagine how much paper is going to be wasted? Because all that's got to get printed out probably 3-4 times for each member on that committee. and you're talking thousands of documents there. Justice Department IG Horowitz on the Clinton email case. So far, other documents already turned over to the committee have made a big splash. The Inspector General's review uncovered the anti-Trump text from FBI official Peter Strzok, who called Trump an idiot in text about an insurance policy against the Trump presidency. Strzok had been assigned to Robert Mueller's special counsel probe, but has since been reassigned. As the one-year anniversary of Horowitz's announcement of the review approaches, the Inspector General says the classified information involved and necessary security clearances have slowed the process. That announcement spelled out the scope of the probe. On January 12, 2016, a release from Horowitz said the review would look into allegations that DOJ and FBI policies were not followed with Comey's public announcement and letters to Congress about the Clinton probe. Think about it. He's saying the reason it's taken so long is because of how much classified information and security clearance has slowed this process down. Now, this is about Hillary Clinton, who said she did not send any classified, top secret, whatever documents on her unsecured, unapproved, homebrew email server. If she didn't do that, why do they need all this security clearance? And why is he talking that there's so much classified information? Horowitz said his team would look at whether certain underlying investigative decisions were based on improper consideration. Congressional Republicans since raised question about another aspect. Comey's team drafting a statement effectively cleared Clinton even before interviewing her and other key witnesses. It's unclear whether Horowitz will tackle this in his findings. Horowitz, though, said he would look into allegations that McCabe should have been recused from the investigation. McCabe's wife ran as a Democrat for a Virginia seat in 2015, and she received donations from a super PAC of Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe, a close Clinton ally. So, McCabe, who's heading some of this up, his wife runs as a Democrat and gets a lot of support from a Clinton ally. A recent story published by the Washington Post said McCabe plans to retire in several months after becoming eligible for benefits, which means it's plausible he could leave the FBI before the review about him is released. You don't think that is a little coincidental? That all of a sudden there's a probe and it's not looking good for him? And now he's talking retirement? The review is also looking at whether the Department of Justice Assistant Attorney General for Legislative Affairs improperly disclosed non-public information to the Clinton campaign and should have been recused. That's in reference to official Peter Kadask, who had been an attorney in the past for Clinton campaign chairman John Podesta. Horowitz said the review is looking at whether any DOJ or FBI employees improperly disclose non-public information. The more and more we look at this, the nepotism, maybe not nepotism is the best word, but how all these buddies of Clintons are everywhere. And everything goes Clinton's way all the time. Well, not all the time. They thought she had this election. I think there's more. A lot more to this story than's even been scratched yet, or may ever be scratched. seems likely that the president and other conservatives will seize on the report after it's released. The political compromise of the DOJ and FBI during the Obama administration needs to be confronted immediately. And we've heard the Democrats, on the side of the FBI and DOJ and attacking Trump and Republicans for saying anything negative about the FBI. If it comes out that DOJ and FBI were corrupt and covering for the DNC and Hillary, that's going to hurt the Democrats even worse. But Fitton has also acknowledged that the report could be welcomed by Clinton, who blamed Comey October 28, 2016 letter telling Congress he had reopened the email investigation for contributing significantly to her loss. Recall the focus of the investigation was what Comey was doing in respect to Hillary Clinton. Did he do something inappropriate to release information about his investigation of her? So it could be something that Hillary Clinton would be interested in. But that has nothing to do with Trump. That would be Comey, just more damning evidence against him. I think Comey is screwed no matter which way we look. If this is an honest-to-God investigation, a true investigation, unbiased, I think Comey's fucked either way. There's no way he comes out looking clean-cut on this. I think all of this is going to hurt the Democrats even worse, because it's going to put a big cloud over all their campaigns from here on out for a while. It'll make me question ever listening to a Democrat. But I know there's hardcore liberals that will stick to their guns on this and will not balk. They will stick to their guns wholeheartedly. They'll be, it's just a Trump covering up. None of this actually ever happened. I just imagine if this was the opposite, the fucking Democrats would be blowing, their heads would be exploding left, right, and center. It'd be like Mount Vesuvius. Look at this! Look what little Nixon did. And compared to this, Nixon did shit. Nixon didn't do shit compared to this. But you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pertinent Radio. And we will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Good evening. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is featured on the SHR Media Network every Tuesday and Thursday night for 2 hours at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific. Whilst manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ continues to radically change the world of leftists, one diaper at a time. Stop balancing your checkbooks. Stop cleaning your fish tanks. The bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is your magnet for truth, justice, obesity, a darkened studio, and late-night freedom. No United States of America freedoms were abridged in the making of this ad.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always Be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians, a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless, hope to the hopeless, clues to the clueless. Sackheads Sean, Sackheads Clint, and Sackheads BZ. The Sackheads Radio Show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern on shrmedia.com. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and the High Plains Pundit Network. The best in late-night conservative talk. The Sackheads Radio Show, only on the SHR Media Network.
Go ahead, I'll say it.
Some of the best A-roll is going to be...
Like, what are you talking about?
The last one.
Yeah, I'm a freaking artist. I can't just come up with this shit off the top of my head. Are you freaking kidding me right now?
Good point. Exactly right.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
When dirty politicians, shadow governments, and deceptive Islam blind the world with fake stream media smoke, their only fear is one man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me through shrmedia.com, highplainstalkradio.com, and the Western Free Radio Network at Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes for a different perspective weekly on the Unpleasant Blind Guy. And catch me on Jeff Mitchell's EDL Radio on blogtalkradio.com. There's
no surrender ever.
Because truth is not always pleasant.
This is Sam on SHR Media. You can listen to my new show starting on Tuesdays in January. Get my perspective on national politics, a conservative's perspective on California politics, the latest in the war on terror, all of that and a lot more here on Tuesdays at SHR Media. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Sam_SHR Media.
Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hey, this is Sackhead Clint, and I'm with Sackhead Sean, Sackhead BZ. No communists allowed on the SHR Media Network.
Damn straight, mister.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Pay no attention to the muffled screams in the background. You are listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on the SHR Media Network. Back to you, Joe.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. Welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. I'm loving this little riddle, and it's like this woman has 5 kids. First one's named January. The next one is named February. The next one is named March. Next one is named May. What's the name of the last kid? And the woman keeps going, April. No, it's May. Because Cindy has 5 kids. He named all 4 of the names. What was the last kid's name? And this woman is pissed off all about it. It's funny as anything. And she's telling him that he doesn't get it. She's like losing her shit on him. So NRA is the National Rifle Association is readying a lawsuit against California's new ammunition control, and that suit focuses on the failure to meet statutory mandate deadlines throughout the lead up to the launch of the control. It's been reported that the ammunition control went into effect January 1st, 2018. They barred out-of-state ammunition purchases and required that all in-state purchases be made from a licensed dealer. This shrinks the supply, which will inevitably drive up prices. Moreover, they require that an ammunition purchase online be sent to a licensed in-state dealer who will then charge a processing fee for the ammo, thereby driving the price up even further. This is all a prelude to the state's January 1st, 2019 goal of instituting point-of-sale background checks for ammunition purchases. Those sales will also carry a fee, and that will cover the cost of the background check, but the fee will drive the price of ammo up even higher. The NRA claims certain statutorial mandated deadlines were missed throughout the process of getting the ammunition controls in place, and argues that the controls must be halted because of this. According to the NRA, the Office of Administrative Law has approved the Department of Justice proposed ammunition vendor regulation after failing to meet the statutory mandate deadline of July 1st, 2017, and effective date of January 1st. The NRA has enjoyed recent success against California gun control. For example, in January 29, 2017, a high-capacity magazine ban was blocked 2 days before its scheduled implementation. The ban was stopped via a suit brought by the NRA and the California Rifle and Pistol Association. U.S. District Court Judge Roger, I'm not going to attempt the last name, issued the ruling. ABC News quoted Roger saying, "If this injunction does not issue, hundreds of thousands, if not millions, or otherwise law-abiding citizens will have an untenable choice: become an outlaw or dispose of one's self of lawful acquired property." Law-abiding firearms owners face a similar untenable choice if the draconian ammunition controls are allowed to stand. And as they said on Sackheads last night, everything's a test in California for this progressive liberal fucking bullshit movement, especially with the gun control. They get it passed there, and it, you know, I'm not saying that it works, that it stops gun violence, but if it works and it stops people from buying guns, at least, or obtaining guns legally, then the Democrats will then try to push those same regulations nationwide. This one I loved. I had to throw in here. Court orders Antifa organizer Yvetta Farlarasa to pay $11,000 after she filed a frivolous restraining order against former Berkeley College Republican President Troy Warden. In 2017, Antifa organizer Yvetta filed a restraining order against former UC Berkeley College Republican President Roy Warden, citing 2 alleged incidents of harassment. Warden's attorney alleges that Yvetta made up those 2 false accusations of harassment against him. He claims that Yvetta used 2 incidents in which Warden made eye contact with her on campus as a basis for the restraining order. Eye contact. Eye contact is a basis for sexual or for harassment. Oh my God. Eye contact. I just got a friend's request from somebody, and it makes me nervous when there's only like one person. I'll take it for now. I thought I had it. Never mind. totally off the ball. Now a California court has ordered Yvette to pay $11,000 fine for filing a frivolous lawsuit. The funds will go directly to covering Warden's attorney fees. In a press release, attorney suggested that the fines signal that Antifa can't use the courts to silence their political opponents. Yvette and her fellow travelers of BAM, by any means necessary, and Antifa need to learn that the California courts are not their personal plaything to use and abuse at will by filing baseless and vexatious lawsuits, she stated in the release. By ruling that she did not demonstrate good faith in following the restraining order, the court recognized the frivolous nature of Yvette's actions. That was Wooden's attorney. The award of attorney fees should send a strong signal that she cannot abuse the court system to silence speech. Now, it was mentioned that Yvette has brought unnecessary lawsuits to the court system twice in the past 2 months. This marks the second time in 2 months that she and her lawyers have been ordered by an area court to pay the attorney fees of their opponent for filing legally and factually unsupported claims in court. True victims of harassment, stalking, and assault need the court to be available to them as a priority, not clogged with fabricated claims pursued in bad faith. This is also the same woman that defended the violence that took place on UC Berkeley's campus back in, January of 2017. Now, you have a student at the University of California, San Diego, is suing the school after she was hit by a car during an anti-Trump protest that involved blocking traffic on a freeway. The sophomore at the University of California, San Diego, is suing the school over an alleged school-organized anti-Trump protest effort that involved blocking traffic on a nearby freeway. During the protest, which took place shortly after Donald Trump was announced as the winner of the 2016 presidential election, Flores was hit by a car. The collision crushed her pelvis, fractured her leg, and caused other minor injuries. As an emergency vehicle was attempting to shut down Interstate 5 by driving in an S formation across the southbound lanes, the driver hit Flores, crushing her pelvis, fracturing her leg, and causing other serious injuries. The UCSD student newspaper report on the incident read. In her lawsuit against UCSD, Flores blames the university for failing to put a stop to the protest before it put students at risk for injury. She chose to go part of the protest, and if they would have tried to stop those protests, they would have got sued over constitutional rights. This is a woman who can't take responsibility for her own actions. She chose to go out there and do that. No one told her to go out on the fucking highway. She is an adult. She should have the common sense to know not to go out on the highway and block traffic. She's getting what she deserves, and now she's trying to blame somebody else. So now the college is in a bad position, because if they try to stop these protests from happening, then they get sued for not allowing, people's right to protest, the constitutional right to protest. With that, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. It's Friday night. Again, starting Monday. Starting Monday after the show will be Dan the Man Butcher. His show will be every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday from 11 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want everybody to have a great weekend and be safe. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hbpundit.com and shrmedia.com.